Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Any Topic Tango. I'm your host, Joe, and today's topic is going to be hobbies. But first, we got to look back to last episode. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, I did get some comments on that. Not through YouTube, but I got them on Snapchat when I posted it. So I got 3 comments, and one was, the hot dog is the taco equivalent of a burger to a sandwich. Pretty interesting stuff right there. That's a good thought. And I got LOL no and LOL yes. So those are the comments from last episode. Now, today, we're going to start talking about hobbies. But first, there's something that I want to touch on first. I live in Northwestern Ontario, and recently we've been plagued with wildfires. My community is at risk of being evacuated due to wildfires. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about it, I guess. I'm just hoping everybody stays safe. And I just wanted to give a nice big shout out to all the fire crews, all the people on scene who are fighting the fire on the ground and in the air with the water bombers. Thank you. Salute. You guys are doing an amazing job, working hard, trying to keep everybody safe. And from the bottom of my heart, it's really greatly appreciated. Okay. So now that the seriousness is out of the way, let's get into some fun stuff. Hobbies. There's a lot of different things out there. Like, some people play chess. Some people play board games. Some people play video games. Some people do woodworking. Some people do interesting things that I would have never thought. Stargazing is one of those things that I think is really cool, but personally, I would never do it. Just looking up at the sky with a telescope, I don't know. It doesn't really interest me, but some people, that's their bread and butter, and they do it all the time. My personal hobbies that I enjoy doing is video gaming. Video gaming is a big one for me. I absolutely love it. Growing up with visual impairedness, I played video games a lot. And still to this day, I'm in my 30s, and I still play video games a lot. Probably more than I should. But fuck it, who cares? It's my life. Anyways, let me know what your hobbies are. Like, what hobbies really interest you? There's so many different hobbies that are out there, and just let me know what you think about a hobby. You know, there's got to be some fun stuff you're all doing out there. You know, I am talking to the internet, so I'm sure there's lots of fantastic people who watch this, and yeah, let me know. Some people's hobbies are sports, right? Others play golf. I still have not played, but that is a coming episode still, so don't worry. There is going to be a special where I do go golfing. I promise you by the end of summer, that video is going to come out. It's going to be fun. The other hobby I had was a little bit of amateur woodworking. That's pretty fun. It's calming. Nothing says calm like sanding the same piece of wood for 6 hours. A couple years ago, I actually made a paddle by hand. The only thing I used the machine for was to just like cut the shape of it, right? So I cut the shape, and then I used draw knives to shape the paddle. And then I used, I forget the name of it. It's a Japanese tool. It's kind of like a Shinto rasp. And it slices off bits of wood. And I'll tell you, I probably did more sanding on that than I did actually like cutting it. So the whole paddle took me about 40 hours. 40 hours into that project. It was actually pretty fun. You learned a lot. And especially, I did everything by eye. I kind of never really measured, which now I understand the importance of why we measure. It came out really nice, actually. Not too bad. The guy I made it for takes it and he uses it, and he wanted it thicker. So like I made the head of the paddle, like I made it like that thick. Like it's pretty thick. And that's so he could use it to push off the rocks. Well, maybe a little thinner than that. Probably about like this. But I made the edges still like that thick. And yeah, so anyways, yeah, he uses it to push off the rocks, and this way it doesn't really damage the paddle. Because the problem with paddles is if you're going to use them to push off rocks, you can only do it so many times before the ends start to split apart, and then you have nothing but issues with it. But yeah, so the woodworking thing was really cool. My other hobby is guitar. Absolutely love playing guitar. I've been playing now for, I'd say about 4 years. 4 years, give or take. I wouldn't say I'm the best at guitar. I mean, I still obviously have lots to learn, because guitar is one of those things where you're always going to technically be a beginner, because there's always going to be something else you can learn. Or at least that's my general opinion on it. I've learned quite a bit about guitar, and still there's lots that I just look at it and I'm like, holy crap. Wow. So I would consider myself still an absolute beginner. 4 years in guitar is nothing. Like there's people out there with like 20, 30 years experience. There's people who played since they were 8 years old, 7 years old. That's just their thing, right? But guitar is one of those things I do enjoy. Yeah. So let me know what your hobbies are. Like, let me know what you think is fun. Like there's always interesting things out there for hobbies, and yeah, just let me know. But due to time constraints today, this episode is going to be a little shorter. Next week, I'm hoping to get better, more content generated. It's just with everything going on this week with the potential evacuations, and obviously having lots of conversation about the wildfire, it left me not much time to prepare an episode. But again, I would like to say thank you to the first responders and the people who were on scene actively fighting the forest fires. I think you're all doing an amazing job. And thank you to everyone who is involved in helping, staging buses, staging anything that might need to happen in order to figure this all out. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching the episode. I'm sorry again, it's a shorter one. Time constraints were a bit of an issue this week, but hopefully that's not going to be an issue next week. Depending on how things go, I might not be filming here next week. Who knows? Either way, next Wednesday, there's still going to be an episode coming out, and I'm going to make sure of that. So the two thoughts that I'm going to leave you with is, yeah, let me know what your favorite hobbies are. I might do another episode in this where I go a little more in depth on them. And yeah, and the other thing is, yeah, thank you to the people who are fighting the forest fires. And if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Again, I'm genuinely sorry that this episode is it feels like it's rushed for me. So, but that's just because unfortunately, as of right now, I have a lot more on my mind. And the issue that I have, actually, one of the issues that I have with everything is I tend to show sarcasm instead of fear. So I've been pretty sarcastic about these entire events, which I probably shouldn't be, but I have been. And yeah, so, well, everybody have a wonderful day, and we will see you again. And thank you very much for watching my, again, incoherent ramblings. And we'll see you next time. Enjoy your day, everyone. Bye for now.